If you were standing in the middle of a bombed-out European city in 1944, your immediate survival did not depend on the gold in your pocket, but on the caloric energy you had stored in a tin can or a waxed paper wrap. We are talking about the legendary Logan Bar, better known as the D-Ration, a substance so durable and energy-dense that it practically defied the normal laws of organic decay. This was not merely food, it was a calculated feat of chemical engineering designed to withstand the oppressive humidity of the Pacific jungles and the sub-zero temperatures of the Ardennes without losing its nutritional integrity or melting in a pocket. Before we dissect the gritty chemistry of how this vanished relic was built and exactly how you can replicate its insane shelf life in a modern kitchen, make sure you subscribe to Atten Recounts so you never miss these deep dives into the forgotten logistics of history. We are moving past surface-level trivia to look at the actual industrial formulas that kept an army standing when the supply lines were cut. The secret to the D-Ration's immortality lay in its intentional lack of palatability and rigorous moisture control. When Colonel Paul Logan was tasked with creating an emergency ration in 1937, he explicitly demanded that it must not taste too good. The logistical logic was sound. If it tasted like a standard confection, soldiers would eat it as a snack rather than conserving it for a genuine life-or-death scenario. By combining chocolate liquor, sugar, skim milk powder, cocoa butter, and oat flour, the chemists created a dense, hypercaloric brick that stayed solid at temperatures exceeding 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The addition of oat flour was the true stroke of genius because it served as a powerful moisture-binding agent, preventing the fats from blooming to the surface or the sugars from recrystallizing into a gritty mess over years of poor storage. Modern survivalists often make the critical mistake of focusing on flavor preservation, but the hard-won World War II lesson is that residual moisture is the ultimate enemy of time. By stripping away water content and using robust stabilizers like oat flour, the army created a caloric bomb that could sit in a ruck for half a decade and still provide the 600 calories needed to fuel a forced march. Replicating the logic of heavy-duty stabilization requires a shift in how we view modern fats and binders. To replicate this unmatched shelf life at home, you cannot simply melt down store-bought chocolate bars, as modern confectionery is loaded with unstable milk fats and emulsifiers that will go rancid within 18 months, regardless of storage conditions. Instead, you must look toward the raw, unadulterated components used in the 1940s. You would start by sourcing 100% cacao baker's chocolate or chocolate liquor, which lacks the volatile dairy components that lead to rapid spoilage. To mimic the D-Ration's structural integrity, you must incorporate finely ground, toasted oat flour. The toasting step is vital because raw oats contain enzymes that will cause the product to go bitter over time. Applying dry heat neutralizes these enzymes. By mixing these together at a ratio of approximately 4 parts melted chocolate to 1 part oat flour, and sweetening only with highly refined white granulated sugar, avoiding honey or maple syrups which introduce fatal moisture, you create a base chemically designed for longevity. This mixture must then be tempered correctly to ensure the fat crystals lock into a stable lattice, preventing the grey fat bloom that characterizes poorly stored chocolate. The lost art of hermetic wax sealing provides a barrier that, honestly, modern consumer plastic often fails to match. Even the best formulated food will eventually fail if it is exposed to the relentless microfluctuations of atmospheric oxygen and humidity. During the war, before the ubiquity of high-grade mylar films, the military relied heavily on cardboard boxes dipped in high melting point microcrystalline wax to create a literal sarcophagus around the ration. You can actually apply this proven technique today by taking your homemade rations, wrapping them tightly in greaseproof parchment paper, and then dipping the entire package into molten food-grade paraffin or beeswax. This creates a dual-layer oxygen barrier that is far superior to standard consumer zip-top bags, which are, in fact, gas-permeable over long durations. The wax seal doesn't just keep external moisture out, it hermetically seals the volatile oils within the food from oxidizing air. This is the same principle that allows archaeologists to find edible honey in Egyptian tombs. The total exclusion of oxygen is the ultimate preservative, often more effective than any chemical additive found on a modern grocery shelf. Practical application of World War II preservation techniques allows for a decentralized and durable pantry. If you want to apply this foundational knowledge to your own survival stores beyond just chocolate, start by creating a hardtack 2.0 using the World War II methodology of low-temperature, long-duration dehydration. Take a standard stiff dough of flour, salt and water, but add a small percentage of pea protein or soy flour to increase the amino acid profile, much like the fortified biscuits found in late-war K rations. Bake these at a very low temperature, around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, for several hours until they are absolutely bone dry and ring like a ceramic tile when tapped against a counter. Once cooled, immediately vacuum seal them with an oxygen absorber, or better yet, utilize the wax dipping method previously discussed. This process effectively removes the biological runway that bacteria and mold need to take off. You are essentially creating a caloric stone that can be reconstituted in a stew or eaten dry in an emergency, providing a carbohydrate base that will remain chemically identical 10 years from today. The reason the D-Ration and its counterparts vanished isn't because they were ineffective, but because the post-war food industry shifted toward just-in-time logistics and high-fructose palatability, trading durability for immediate gratification. However, by studying the original 1937 specifications, we regain the ability to be truly self-reliant. The ability to store thousands of calories in a space no larger than a shoebox, with the absolute confidence that those calories will be viable in a decade, is a powerful capability. If you found this technical breakdown valuable, please share this video with fellow historians and survivalists, and don't forget to subscribe to Atten Recounts for more deep dives into the engineering of the past.